I'm an ugly beast. But I say hi. And today I'm gonna make a video about the books I've read in May. I actually haven't read that many books this month. I don't know what's been going on with me. Well, I've been sick. I've been having college related stress with finals and start a new semester. So that's been getting kind of tough for me. But I did manage to get in a few books that I was really anxious to read, and now I'm gonna share them with you. I'm sorry if you guys hear any noise. I'm just filming in my living room because the lighting in front of like a busy street and a lot of cars, especially at this time. It's like 6 in the afternoon and a lot of people are getting off work. It's Friday. So the first book I read this month is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the first book in the Raven Cycles series. I think it's a trilogy, but I don't know yet. So I don't know why I haven't picked this up before this month, but it's been sitting on my shelf for more than a year, and I'm very sad that that happened. But now that I got around to it, I have to say this has to be one of my favorite books ever. I did not expect this, but that's what happened. It's about this girl named Blue Sargent, and she lives with her mom and her aunt, and they run this parlor where they read cards and they tell you about the future. But she's not really like them. I mean, she doesn't know what she does, but she's like this magnet that magnifies everything everyone is thinking and everyone is feeling. And then she meets three boys, Adam, Gansey, Ronan, and Noah. And they go on this adventure finding things that are very interesting and cool. The point is that I'm so glad I picked this book. It's been out for a while. If you picked it up, I suggest you do because this is amazing. The second book I read this month, it's Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. I had actually read this book last year, but I was really like in the Colleen Hoover kind of mood and I didn't want to read Ugly Love. And this was the best next thing that I had at hand. So Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. It's about this girl named Sydney. She's 22. She just found out her boyfriend's been cheating on her, and she gets into this relationship with this guy named Rich. And Rich has a problem. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but he has like an issue. Like, it's not an issue, but he has like something that's going on with him. And they have this really deep connection and bond through music, and that's the whole thing of the book. They are figuring out how they feel, what they should do about what they feel, and it's just like a feel kind of book, like usually Colleen Hoover books are. And again, this is a 5 out of 5 hearts. The next book I read this month is a book that I've been kind of skeptical about because I figured he was going to be as sad as all the other books from this author, but it's Paper Towns by John Green. I'm going to be honest here and say that I did pick up this book because of the movie. If it wasn't because the movie was coming out, I probably would have never read it. I had it on my bookshelf and I saw the trailer and I was like, I should probably read it before the movie comes out. So that's why I picked it. This is honestly not my favorite book by John Green. It's not that it's not good, it's good. It's just that I couldn't connect with like the main characters. I liked Quentin, he was fine, but I really didn't like Margot's Bilgerman, whatever her name is. I really didn't like her. This is the story of Quentin, and he has always been in love with this girl named Margot, and she's like this awesome, like cool high school chick, and she's like, she has a great boyfriend, she has a lot of friends, but then something happens. She comes over to his house and they spent one night doing a lot of things that she wants to do. And when the next day comes, Margot is just a mystery. So he embarks on this journey of finding out what happened to her, where she is, and it's pretty freaking amazing. I just didn't like the female lead in this book. The fourth book I read this month is All Played Out by Cora Carmack. This is the third book in the Rusk University series. Oh my goodness. This is the third book in the Rusk University series, and it's about this girl named, oh my gosh, I forgot the name. It's about this girl named Nell and this guy named Mateo, and they go to this university together, and she's the quiet little girl. She's gonna graduate early. She has her life figured out. He's the football player, and he's all over the place, and he just loves girls and parties and drinking and not taking anything serious. But that's just a mask he wears because he doesn't want to show his true feelings to the world because he'd rather not get hurt again, and he's trying to prove something, but that's not the thing. The thing is that this book is pretty much amazing. It's not my favorite so far in the series, but it's pretty good, and I recommend it if you have read the other two books, which are All Lined Up and All Broken Down, and the light is just not working with my iPad. This is not as good as the previous two books, but it's a really good book anyway. It's really hot if you're looking for like sexual, like young, not young adult, new adult type of thing, and I really enjoyed it. Another new adult book I read this month is The Mistake by Ellie Kennedy. This is the second book in the Off-Campus series, and the first one was called The Deal, and it was amazing. This one was good, not as good as the first one, but I'll take it. I love them anyways. So I really can't remember what the plot was about. Oh yeah, I remember. So this book, it's about this guy named John Logan. He's a hockey player, and he has everything, but he's had this crush on his best friend's girlfriend for a long time. Now all he wants to do is like move on, and then he meets this girl named Grace, and she's a freshman, and she's so cool, and he forgets about this girl that she liked for a while, but then when she's ready to lose her B card, he just doesn't feel good with that because he knows he has feelings for the other girl, and he just breaks her heart. Fast forward for the summer, and she's a sophomore, he's a senior. Everything is okay, but he wants her back. She doesn't want him until she does. This book is pretty amazing, and you should check it out. Well, you should check out the first one, The Deal, because it was pretty amazing too. The last book I read this month is Island Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. This is the kind of book that I wonder, why haven't I read you before? Why did it take me so long to like finally get my hands on you and sit down and read it? I really read this book in 2 days, and that's because I had to travel between my mom's house and my house, and it was just a mess. But this is a pretty freaking book. This is still an 8 out of 5 stars for me. It's so amazing. I love it. Stephanie Perkins is just a goddess, and I like want to marry her writing style and have babies with them and like write books like her, which I never will, but that's what I feel like doing. It's the third and final book in the Anna and the French Kiss companionship kind of book, and we have Isla and Josh, who are now seniors, and Isla's always been in love with Josh, but he never like noticed it before until they meet in Manhattan, and then they go back to Paris, and a lot of things happen, and we get to see Isla and Josh and Cricket and Lola and Anna and Sinclair and Meredith, and you get to see Rashmi, well, not see her, but like hear about her, and you get to see like all these new characters, and Kurt is amazing, and her sisters are amazing, and all this book just gives me the feels. But I think in total I read 6 or 7. I read a total of 6 or 7 books this month. I'm very happy actually. I thought I read like 4, but I read a lot more than I thought. Tell me if you read any of these books, not even this month. I mean, have you read any of these books? And you can also tell me what books did you read on May, because I'm like a stalker and I want to know what everyone's been reading, but nobody around me reads except for my daddy. He reads like these law books that just bore me to death. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys another day.